Time to sort some people into things. Yeah. Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope that you were doing so very well. Today I'm here with a really fun video where I'm going to be sorting characters. And what you think when I say sorting characters is Harry Potter houses, but it's not going to be that. Surprise, I got you. I'm going to be sorting people as Blood Queens or Sun Queens because Fiction Faction's June book of the month is Furyborn. Within this there are Blood Queens and Sun Queens. I'm going to explain it all to you when I explain the plot and then you'll understand, you'll track with me. This video is being sponsored by Sourcebooks, so thank you so much to them for sponsoring this video. I'm very excited about it. Furyborn is a book by Claire Legrand. I have already finished this book and it was incredible. I was reading it all in New York. I was reading it on the subway. I was reading it everywhere because I could not put it down. So you should read it too and join us for our live show. All the information you need to know will be in the description. Furyborn is about two different queens. In this world there is a prophecy that there will rise a Blood Queen who can destroy the world and a Sun Queen who can save it, and we follow two queens throughout their lives. Rielle is the first queen, and after her best friend the Crown Prince gets ambushed, she reveals her immense power to save him. Her power is that she can perform all 7 kinds of magic, and the only people that are able to do that are, you guessed it, Blood Queen or the Sun Queen. So she goes through some tests to prove that she is the Sun Queen. 1,000 years later, Eliana is living in a conquered kingdom. Queen Rielle is just somebody she knows as a legend, and she is a bounty hunter, and she just wants to keep her family safe. And then her mother is taken and she gets whisked off on this adventure to try and save her mother and figure out what her life really is, because it's not everything she expected it to be. I really liked this book. But for this video, I am going to sort people as Sun Queens or Blood Queens. I asked a bunch of you on Twitter and on Instagram to give me some of your favorite fantasy characters, and I wrote them all down and put them into this cup. I'm excited. Boop, boop, boop. First up is Remus Lupin, and this is from Isaac on Instagram. I really think that Remus is a Sun Queen. He just has a light spirit. He is always looking out for people around him. He's always trying to protect the people in his life. Sun King, Sun Queen, he is Sun. Next one, boop, Kaz from Six of Crows, and Hannah from A Clockwork Reader actually is the one who said it first, but a lot of people said Kaz. Kaz is a really hard one. I feel like he wants to be good, he wants to do better, but he keeps falling back into his old patterns. I feel like I'm gonna put him in the blood category. I also haven't read Crooked Kingdom, don't kill me, so this opinion could change after I read Crooked Kingdom. Boop, boop, boop. Next up is Nina from Six of Crows, and this comes from Danny on Instagram. This one is another hard one. I feel like she has a little bit of manipulation, but she's got a heart of gold. I'm gonna say Sun Queen for Nina. I love her. Boop, boop. Vin from the Mistborn trilogy, and this comes from Emma. Vin is hard too. I also haven't read Mistborn in a while, so this is me trying to like rack my brain back a couple years. I feel like Vin is a Sun Queen. I feel like Vin has the power to save the world, even if she thinks that she doesn't. The next one comes from Lydia on Twitter, and she suggested Nikolai from the Grishaverse. He is a Sun Queen. I believe it with all my heart. He is my little baby child, and I love him. Next up is Kavoth from Name of the Wind, and Michelle on Twitter said this. I'm pretty sure Emma did as well. There was a couple people that said this, and Kavoth is for sure Blood Queen. Ultimate unreliable narrator. He has a lot of dark things in his past. He's in that blood category. Blood Queen. Next up is Sarai from Strange the Dreamer, and Lindsay from Twitter suggested this. I think Sarai is a Blood Queen. She does have a heart of gold, but I really feel like she's a Blood Queen. I feel like her Blood Queen-ness is gonna come out in Muse of Nightmares as well. I just feel it in my bones. Next up is Annabeth from the Percy Jackson series, and this comes from Half-Blood Hardbacks on Instagram. Oh gosh, dang it. At first I was like immediate Sun Queen, but I really feel like she could be a Blood Queen. She has a good heart, a good spirit, but she's also got a little bit of darkness in her, and she's just very sassy. Not to say Sun Queens can't be sassy, but I'm gonna go with Blood Queen. Next up is Elizabeth Bennet, and this comes from Maggie on Instagram. Elizabeth Bennet, she's got a lot of like dealing with that pride in the Pride and Prejudice. I think she's a Blood Queen. I really do. Elizabeth Bennet, Blood Queen. Next up is Emma Carstairs, and this comes from Lucy on Twitter. I think Emma's a Blood Queen. I just do. I think she takes a lot of risks. She just has a heart for adventure, and I feel like she could easily turn and like ruin the world if she had the ability to, because she's just a very emotional being, a very emotional person. So Emma's a Blood Queen. On the other side, because I know he's not in here, I keep thinking like Julian is for sure Sun Sun Queen in the Sun category, but now I don't know. I feel like Julian could also be a Blood Queen, you know, just like with all the things happening in Lord of Shadows. I'm like, I don't know. So maybe I change my answer. Maybe Emma is a Sun Queen. Now she's a Blood Queen. Boop, boop, boop. Victor Vale from Vicious comes from Robbie on Insta. 100% Blood Queen. He is in the Blood category. That's like an obvious choice. Boop, boop. Elias from An Ember in the Ashes. This is also from Hannah from A Clockwork Reader. I feel like Elias is a Sun Queen. I feel like Leia is too. I don't know, but I really feel like he's a Sun Queen. He just really has a heart of gold. He's just like fighting back against the evil in his life. Sun Queen. Yeah, I'm calling it. Draco Malfoy comes from Emma books. Draco is for sure a Blood Queen. That's his realm. That's where he lives. He is Blood Queen. Or King. Whatever. Everyone's just gonna be a queen today. Another one from Hannah from A Clockwork Reader. I just keep getting hers. Inej from Six of Crows. I feel like Inej puts up that like facade of like toughness, but I think she's a Sun Queen at heart. Her heart, it's in the right place. Again, haven't read Crooked Kingdom, so I have the freedom to change my mind after I read that. Next up is Amari from Children of Blood and Bone, and this comes from Lucy on Twitter. Amari is for sure a Sun Queen. There is no doubt in my mind. Next up is Captain Thorn from the Lunar Chronicles. This comes from Carol on Instagram. Gonna go with Sun Queen for Captain Thorn. He just radiates sun and warmth. He has the biggest heart for people, and I feel like he can save the world, even though he puts on a facade of like not caring, being Flynn Rider from Rapunzel, if you will, but he cares a lot and he can do a lot of good. Next up is Ron Weasley from Little Bird on Twitter. Ron's definitely in the Sun category. He's a Sun Queen. I feel like Harry, Ron, and Hermione are all in the Sun category. That's just my opinion. You can argue with me if you'd like, but I just feel like there's a lot of sun happening in their lives. Boop, boop, boop. Next up is Mr. Knightley from Emma, and this comes from Hannah on Instagram. I feel like Mr. Knightley is a Sun Queen, whereas I feel like Emma is a Blood Queen. I feel like she could destroy the world if given the chance. Next up is Zaylee from Children of Blood and Bone, also from Emma books. Zaylee, I think, is a Blood Queen. She could definitely destroy the world. I feel like we will see more of that power in her in the second book. We shall see. We shall see. Alright, we're gonna make this one the last one, and it is Minerva McGonagall from Meredith on Twitter. I feel like Minerva is a Sun Queen. Even though she doesn't always radiate warmth, she does radiate sun. I don't know how that works in my mind, but it does. We're gonna end that there. Like I said, Fury Born is our book of the month for June, so please join us, get this book. I'll leave all of the buy links down below and you can get it for yourself. Come join us for the live show, for the Fiction Faction live show, which will be me and Natasha from Tashopolis, Haley from Haley in Bookland, Hannah from A Clockwork Reader, and Naya from Naya Reads and Smiles for you. Please read this and join us because honestly this book is amazing. I'm very excited to discuss this with everybody. I'll leave all of the information for our live show down below and you can check it out. And just anything else you need to know, I'll leave it down below. Also, let me know down below if you disagree with any of my choices. Feel free to argue with me, just no spoilers for people. And if you have any of your favorite characters that weren't mentioned and you want to decide whether they are a Sun Queen or a Blood Queen, please leave some comments with that down below. I would love to see that and we could start some discussion about it. Thank you so much for watching this video and I'll see you next time. Bye. Blah, 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 blah.